Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, the 13th day of January, so it's Monday the 13th. Is that as unlucky as Friday the 13th? Probably not.
None of them are unlucky.
Okay, well, if you don't like Mondays and you don't like the 13th, well, sorry. But today is still National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Look at where I'm at.
I know.
I have piles of stuff that are on top of other piles of stuff. It's also Korean American Day today, National Peach Melba Day today, National Rubber Ducky Day, Stephen Foster Memorial Day, and National Sticker Day. I like stickers.
Do you?
I do.
Actually, no, you do. You spend a fortune on stickers.
No, I haven't bought any stickers for like a month because my sticker budget was a bit crazy back in December. They kept sending me awesome deals for stickers, and I was like, oh, hey, I'll buy more of those. And then I had a whole drawer of stickers, and my wife over here is like, stop it.
Yeah.
It's also a Movie Star Monday, and today we're going to be visiting with Kevin Downes. Very, very nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a new movie coming out called I Still Believe. I've got a link to the trailer. Unbelievable. True story. We'll chat with him all about it in a bit.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A morning consult poll found that 28% of Americans can point out Iran on a map in the Middle East. Only 28%. So the rest are like, it's over here somewhere.
Wow.
Could you point out Iran, Heidi?
I could, yes.
You could for sure?
Yes.
So if I pull up a map here, you'd prove that to me?
I would be able to find it. Yes, I would.
You just look for the one that says Iran?
I know where it is.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Do you?
Why are you talking to me like that?
I'm just being silly because I do that all the time. I've got a link to that story, by the way, and if you want to have fun today, maybe just ask all your friends. Pull out a map. Show me where Iran is and see how many know. There you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Police on patrol in the early morning hours on New Year's Day found it pretty darn easy to spot a drunk driver because she was driving with both front tires missing.
Oh.
Yeah, this happened in the United Kingdom. They pulled over a person there, which they said the tires were severely
gone
worn.
Or they were flat?
Well, the tires were completely torn off the rims. So,
oh, my gosh.
Police said it was no surprise when the driver failed a breathalyzer test, registered more than 5 times the legal limit. The driver was arrested on the scene, and this was not the first time to be caught with this type of violation. In December, an incredibly drunk driver behind the wheel of a car was missing one front tire. UK allows drunk drivers to be punished with up to 6 months in prison and a year driving ban. So I'm not sure what happened with either of these two, but a couple of them that, don't ever drink and drive. It's a bad idea. If you want to see a link to this story, I have it in the show notes, and it's also at TimeForRehab.com. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. 60 Minutes is now reporting that police have yet to interview the guard who found Jeffrey Epstein in his cell. So, what's that been, 6 months ago?
That is absolutely irresponsible.
Why would they have not talked to him? The Golden Globes, remember last weekend how crazy that was?
They were fantastic.
Yeah, anyway, they're reportedly bringing back Tina Fey and Amy Poehler to host the 2021 ceremony.
Shocker.
Yeah, because they say
we're going to bow to those.
Ricky Gervais is no longer allowed.
Whatever.
He's not allowed.
I don't think he
Hollywood.
cares, honestly. I don't think he cared.
Brad Pitt told a crowd at the New York Film Critics Award. I don't know if it's film. It says on here CILM, so I don't know if that's a typo. It probably is a typo. But a New York Film Critics Award that Quentin Tarantino is so talkative that he uses cocaine just to stop talking.
Oh.
So, well, that's not good. That's kind of bad. It's your big screen, little screen.
Kind of bad.
Yeah. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are said to be mulling over an idea of giving up their royalty titles and moving to Canada. What would you think of that? If you were royalty and lived like in a palace, would you just say, I'm going to stay put right here in this palace? Or would you say, no, I'm going to move to Canada?
I've actually been in those castles, and that's not someplace I would want to live. It's not comfortable.
So you're trying to say our home is not palatial?
No.
No, it's not.
It's
really.
not, and I'm happy about that.
I know, it's pretty
actually
quaint.
Yeah.
Rob Kardashian is fighting for primary custody of Dream Kardashian because he claims his ex-fiancée Black China is a risk. So if you know who any of the people are in this story, you are far, far, far ahead of me. Do you know who any of those people are?
No.
We are so out of touch here.
All I'm going to say is if you're marrying somebody named Black China,
I think that's her stage name.
that should right away tell you this may possibly end up
There could
badly.
be some issues. Well, they named their child Dream Kardashian. So there you go.
Okay.
Borden has become the second U.S. dairy company to file for bankruptcy in the last 2 months. That's really sad. I'm sad to hear that. Michigan police arrested a cannibal who ate a certain part
I saw this.
of a man he met on a dating app.
I saw this.
It wasn't a part that I want to talk about on the radio.
Yeah, and this wasn't the first guy.
Apparently
Another
not.
guy had gotten out of the house and run to a neighbor's house screaming, and this man was dressed in a skirt and had a boa around his neck and was screaming, he's going to kill me, he's going to kill me. And then this other guy, the cannibal, pulls up in the driveway and gets out, and he's wearing a skirt and a boa.
I don't know what's going on there. I have a link to the story for those of
But
you
no
who are
charges were
interested.
filed
What?
from that first incident.
Why
I know,
in
and
the
then
world?
he killed another person.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've got a link to the story, and I probably
Crazy.
shouldn't have even read that on the radio. That's just weird. An Ohio school teacher who was convicted of having an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old boy is asking to be released from prison early. She's saying, hey, I should be able to get out now because he's old enough now. No, it's not how it works.
In most states, 16 is the age of consent.
Yeah,
so,
but when you're the teacher and they're the student, there's no age of consent. It's not how it works. It's never
I don't
okay.
know how that works.
Yeah, it's never okay. Hooters has unveiled. What is going on with my stories today?
No, you're so uncomfortable over
This
there.
is just-
I'm loving this.
Hooters unveiled a meatless version of their boneless chicken wings, and they claim that their waitresses couldn't tell the difference between the chicken and the fake chicken. So some things were fake and some things were real, and I'm going to I'm moving. One last story. Where do I even go here? High Times Magazine. What is going on? They're exploring the possibility of delivering marijuana under their new CEO. They're saying, hey, maybe we'll start delivering marijuana. And then they all just laughed for like the next 15 minutes, and they're like, yeah, that'd be so cool. Or something. I don't know what really happened there, but interesting stuff. This is probably, if this is the first time you've ever tuned to this program, I just want to tell you, this is not a typical program. What a
I
Monday.
will say it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, no kidding. She loves it when I squirm. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Super excited to visit with Kevin Downes today, and he's got a bunch of faith-based films that he's done in the past. They've got a new one coming out this March, and we've got him on the line right now. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing good today, John. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Now, we had a chance to chat last year when you had the movie I Can Only Imagine coming out, and that went on to become a huge success. You're working on another one right now. It's going to be coming out here very soon. It's called I Still Believe. This could be a huge success as well, couldn't it?
You know what? What's great is God keeps putting these stories into our lap that are so inspiring. And I Still Believe is the story of Jeremy Camp, a contemporary Christian singer who's got just such an amazing story. His music's awesome. But at its core, it's a love story about God's unconditional love and how Jeremy unconditionally loved his first wife, who surprisingly died of cancer really fast right after they got married, and just how he was so committed to his relationship with her, and we just see the story kind of play out on the big screen, and the actors we got are so wonderful. They're great actors. KJ Apa, Britt Robertson, Shania Twain, many people know and love, and Gary Sinise. Of course, I love him from Forrest Gump, and love them all. They're great actors. Everybody's going to love this story. It's going to move you. It's going to inspire you. You want to have you go home and love your family. If you're married, love your spouse. Give a hug to your kids, because life is so precious and it's so fleeting. And I love making stories like that where you just walk out of the theater just feeling like you learned something and you become a better person for it. And this is one of those movies.
You've had several of those movies that you've had a chance to work on. And for people who love Christian movies, they know you from Courageous. They know you from Mom's Night Out. They know you from Faith of Our Fathers, Woodlawn. Again, last year you had this huge movie that came out that was just unbelievable at the box office, I Can Only Imagine. And talk about the lives that you've had a chance to impact. And you've got another one now, I Still Believe, and you just kind of keep hitting home run after home run after home run. And
yeah, it's fun. You know, it is fun. It's the reason why we do it. The Irwins and I started a new company and a label with I Still Believe after the success of I Can Only Imagine. It's called Kingdom Story Company, and Lionsgate has partnered with us. They're very excited. They love the movies that we're making. They're just in love with this next one, I Still Believe. They just thought it came out so good and so strong, and we're excited to be able to tell these stories that really define who God is and showcase the power of the gospel in a true life story, and it's what our heart's cry is. And so to be able to see lives change with I Can Only Imagine, I mean, man, we had story after story. Some of them, we have a phone number at the end of I Can Only Imagine of people that if they want just someone to talk to or to reach out for help. And we had several stories of people that literally were on the brink of suicide, and they wanted a counselor to be able to talk to. And the number, thankfully, is a kind of a hotline where people are trained to be able to talk to people that feel like they're at the end of the line. Through a series of discussions and help and support, we're able to help them rethink and turn their life around. And if the movie was the catalyst for that, it's a blessing, and it's an honor to be able to create content. Obviously, we make it so that you can be entertained, but we're really here to be able to change lives and to turn lives around.
Well, I remember visiting with you the week before that movie came out, and I had a chance to talk with both of the Irwin brothers and also the young lady that played Bart's wife in the movie. And each time I talked to you guys, I was saying, I'm so excited. I think this is going to be a huge, and it turned out to be the number 3 movie in the country, behind a couple of movies that were on like 10 times more screens. I hope
it was number 3 for 2 weeks in a row, which was amazing. I mean, to be able to open at $17 million on only 1,600 screens is such a feat, especially for a movie that didn't have a major theatrical distributor. It was just unheard of in town. And so now with I Still Believe, of course, our distributor, our partner, Lionsgate, has seen the movie. They're high on it. And it's going to be coming out on over 2,800 screens across the country. It's such a big release. It's my biggest release by far. Look, I see it as a stepping stone to where Christian films have come, to where now we're seeing them compete on a level with every other major film that's coming out there. And people are going to enjoy this film. You really should go see it opening weekend and take a group, take a family.
And Kevin, I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say this. I know it's coming out on March 13th, so 3/13/2020. I'm going to claim it right now. It's going to be the number 1 movie of the weekend that weekend, and we are super excited to chat with you. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you so much, John. I hope to talk to you soon.
Absolutely, and I've got a link to the trailer if you'd like to see that. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Want to make your sweetheart smile next month for Valentine's Day? Find some fun, matching shirts at funkymonkeyshirts.com. We have a whole collection of fun shirts for you lovebirds.
My wife rocks.
My man rocks.
We also have many silly shirts that will make you smile any day of the year.
My ex-wife was a trophy wife.
Participation trophy.
Find something fun for a loved one, friend, or for yourself at funkymonkeyshirts.com. That's funkymonkeyshirts.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
During your lifetime, you'll spend around 38 days brushing your teeth. This works out to 35.5 days in total, about 2 minutes per day. It is about 1% of your life, or 0.1%, 0.1% of your life.
And you're supposed to brush at least twice a day at 2 minutes each time.
So then it would be
the
more. It'd be
average
60
is
then.
not correct.
Well, I'm just saying. That's what the story says. And this is today's fun fact.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, news headlines from somewhere in this world. Dateline Australia. Have you noticed we've been to Australia a lot lately
Yes.
in our stories here? There's a lot of stuff going on over there. And authorities in Australia arrested almost 200 climate activists for setting brush fires last week. What is going on?
I don't get.
You guys, you're not
this.
helping your cause at all.
Not even
We'll be
little.
heading back to Australia later in the program for our good news. So even though there's knuckleheads doing this, we've got some
disgusting.
awesome good news coming from Australia as well. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This has been News Headlines from somewhere in this world.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. According to a Wichita Falls Police Department there was a man that was arrested for choking and headbutting his girlfriend because she stated that she didn't like the smell that came from the back of him. So he's charged with assault and family violence and choking. His bond was not yet set when the story came out. They were called to the house for a disturbance. When they got there, he was already gone to a friend's house sitting on the sofa. Victim told the police what happened, that he, did what he did. And she said,
broke wind.
And she said, it really, really stinks in here. And that's when, for whatever reason, he grabbed her by the hair, threw her on the ground.
Good Lord.
And then he sat on her back and wrapped his arm around her neck and began to choke her.
Hopefully she moves on.
Yeah, that would be more than a warning sign.
Giant red flag, lady.
There ain't no fixing that. So the victim, thank goodness, is okay. Christopher then yelled at her and headbutted her before he left. So, yeah,
He's a prince.
This dude needs some help. Wow, what a doozy. I've got a link to that. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. Authorities say that two men in Mississippi wanted to claim a $100,000 lottery prize so bad they just made up a ticket. They went and got a bunch of different tickets, and then they glued all the winning numbers to one of them.
They thought that was going to work?
47-year-old Otis Lantham and 48-year-old Russell Sparks of Columbus, Missouri, tried to claim a scratch-off ticket at a lottery headquarters, and it says the ticket was immediately determined to have been altered.
Of course.
using glue and paste on the winning numbers to match the prize. Anyway, the lottery agency called the police. The two adult males tried claiming this ticket. Anyway, they were arrested at the lottery headquarters. They had been charged with conspiracy to commit a felony and uttering a counterfeit instrument. What does that mean? Over $1,000. Uttering a counterfeit instrument over $1,000? I don't know. And apparently that's just faking a lottery ticket. That's a fancy way to say it, Heidi. Latham was also charged with false identification information because he was pretending to be somebody else while he was there.
Oh, my gosh.
They're both being held and expected to appear in court. So there you go. A lot of weird stuff going on. You know why? It's today's Moment of Duh.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up just to trick you and amuse me?
All right,
here we go. A Bradenton, Florida man, let me try that again. A Bradenton, Florida man was arrested for impersonating an officer when he pulled over an undercover cop. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida.
Actually, this one is fake news, but I know I've heard...
That happens.
It does happen, but this one was made up.
So what, you made up the two towns and that's supposed to
it's not
be
two
legit?
Towns. It was one town, and I didn't make it up. It was sent to me.
Uh-huh.
So
that's not fair.
That is not fair. I'm going to give you half credit because I know it's happened.
It does happen a lot.
I just don't know if it happened in Bradenton. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. Guess what, Heidi?
What, John?
I think this is good news.
I'm sure you do.
It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Take a listen to this story. This is actually a pretty darn cool story. So first of all, earlier in the program, we talked about some knuckleheads, some climate activists that were starting fires in Australia. We got a lot of fires going on right now in Australia, and they're over there lighting more fires, so that's not good. But at least there's something good that's coming from that same general area. So here's the headline. Metallica, it's a rock and roll band.
I am aware of Metallica.
And Elton John, he's a musician as well.
I am aware of Elton
They
John.
have stepped up to make donations. Now, I don't think I've ever heard a story with those two groups in the same story.
I think that
they tour
Elton
together?
John headlined for Metallica.
Metallica donated $750,000. Elton John had ponied up $1 million to fight fires in Australia. So they're trying to help. There's been several other people now who have done this. Pink, we mentioned last week, has donated $500,000. But there's a bunch of different organizations that are helping. And here's why they're doing this. A lot of these fire services are like little rural fire services. They don't have the equipment that they need.
Yeah.
They don't have, so they've been overwhelmed. Like their entire annual budget's been used up. And what are we on here? Like today's the 13th.
And it's because of these loonies that are outside lighting fires.
Don't do that. It's such a bad idea. And there's
to try to prove that, oh boy, climate change is real. We got to fight this. While you're causing the problem.
In addition to the two bands we just talked about, Chris Hemsworth also pledged $1 million to help out. He is Captain America, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Yes, he is.
Handsome dude. I'm not into guys or anything, but he's a handsome dude. And many other celebrities and philanthropists and generous individuals have ponied up another $140 million.
Awesome.
So there's just been a ton of people that have been helping out, and I think that's really, really cool. And I love to shine a positive light there as well, because we had the negative spotlight that we mentioned, and then Heidi won't just drop. Because she just keeps mentioning
I'm just saying, if there wouldn't have been these psychos out there lighting these fires, we wouldn't have an issue, period.
Would you stop now?
I'm just saying.
Okay. Why don't you take the rest of the show off? I'll just get your part. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Turn Heidi's mic off. If you'd like to read the story that we were just talking about or any of the other stuff that we have it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.